what the mozzarella ball looks like. So it's like that. And I'm going to just cut it into some pieces so it's more easier to dissolve. So it's more easier to dissolve by doing it into pieces. And then you stir in your mozzarella in, as well as my cheese, which I already grated. So I'm going to put some in and save some for the topping. I'm just making my cheese sauce. So mix until all the mozzarella is melted and all of the cheese is melted as well. See, it's coming gooey. It's looking like fondue cheese. So it's not fully yet. As you can see, there's still pieces of mozzarella there. So I'm just gonna stir until So welcome back to my channel, and we're gonna make some macaroni and cheese. The pie, or the one that cuts like a cake basically. So I'm gonna use some cheddar and some red Leicester and also some mozzarella as well. You know, the mozzarella with that comes in a ball, that mozzarella. So I'm gonna grate my cheese into this bowl. You can buy the cheese already grated, but what's the point paying extra when I can do the work myself and grate the cheese for myself? But if you're for an easy life, then you do that. So here's my pot to boil my macaroni. I already add some salt, and now I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the pot so my macaroni won't stick together. Don't even know if this theory works. So I'm going to put the pot on while I continue grating my cheese. I am now grating my red Leicester. So here I'm going to add some macaroni. I don't want to use all of it, so I'm not going to make a lot of mac and cheese. So here I've got some thyme, so I'm just gonna, some fresh thyme, so I'm gonna just take the thyme off the thing like this, then I discard. So here I am basically just cutting up my spring onions, and also I'll be cutting up bell peppers, all three colors, yellow, green and red. And also I'll be dicing my onions, while I will be adding grated garlic as well to add to my macaroni and cheese for flavoring. So everything is now prepped. So these are all my vegetables and my grated cheese. And this is what my macaroni is looking like. I don't want it to be fully cooked because it's going to finish off cooking in the oven. So I'm going to take it off now and rinse them off into some cold water. So stop the process of cooking. So my pot is on the fire and I'm going to add some butter, which I'm going to use to saute my seasoning. I'm going to turn the fire down. I don't want the butter to burn. I'm going to add a little bit more butter. To the pot. When it's melted, I'm going to add my seasoning, which I've just freshly chopped. And whilst doing that, this is the mozzarella which I'm going to use. I'm going to add all my seasoning which I've freshly chopped a while ago. Everything out. Make sure that everything is coated in the butter. I have to adjust the camera to get a better handle. So flame down. So we're just going to soften these. Just let it cook on a slow heat. And in there I'm going to add some dry herbs, like some oregano, some sage, so I'm just going to leave it here to be sauteed on a very low heat. I think you might need a little bit more butter. I want to leave it on. I'm just going to cover it up to let it steam. So now my onions are now translucent. So now what I'm going to do, I want us to make my sauce now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some flour to this. This is what I'm going to use to thicken my mac and cheese. So I'm going to add some flour to it while the fire is still low to soak up all the excessive juice. Yes, the pot is hot, but it's a thing that I'm so soak up all the excessive juice. So I still need a little bit more. The fire is still on. Still need a little bit more flour. So here I'm going to add my oat milk in a bit at a time while still stirring. Flame up a little bit. Guys, remember my fire is still on, but it's on a low heat. I've added the video. My battery went low, so here I've just added some cayenne pepper. Now I'm going to add a little bit of paprika, and I also add in some of my ground seasoning, my powdered seasoning as well. I'm just seasoning to taste. I've not added my cheese as yet. As well, I'm going to add in a little bit of my green seasoning. Not a lot, just a little bit. My fire is still on low. And taste your sauce to see if there's enough seasonings in there. Taste it. If there's enough salt in there. This is what the mozzarella ball looks like. So it's like that. And I'm going to just cut it into some pieces so it's more easier to dissolve. So it's more easier to dissolve by doing it into pieces. And then you stir in your mozzarella in, as well as my cheese, which I already grated. So I'm going to put some in and save some for the topping. I'm just making my cheese sauce. So mix until all the mozzarella is melted and all other cheese is melted as well. See, it's coming gooey. It's looking like fondue cheese. So now I'm going to put my macaroni in. Because I rinsed it off in cold water, it's so easily separated. So I'm going to put my macaroni in. Ooh. So a bit in, then coat. Make sure all your macaroni is well coated. So first bit, my fire is still on, but it's on a low heat. And add the rest. So now everything is now coated. So I'm going to add it to, so flame was still on, so I'm going to turn the flame off. Then I'm going to bring my drain of excessive water out. Sorry, back. So I'm going to pour my mixture into just like that. To make sure the pot is well clean. So smooth out. So now I'm going to add the rest of the cheese to coat. To cover them. I think I might need a little bit more cheese, a little bit more grated cheese, because what I did, I didn't grate all of the cheese. I kept back some, so I'm gonna grate a little bit to grate some more cheese on it. So now for my final topping, I'm gonna add some parsley before I put it in the oven. And a little bit of black pepper. And then I just put in the oven. That's it. I've just now taken it out of the oven, and here's what it looks like. As you can hear, it's still sizzling. There you go. Let me zoom in for you. There you go. Mac and cheese by Forest Girl TV. Take a picture quick.